It's time for Dodger Baseball. Live from Dodger Stadium, Sportsnet LA presents the Dodgers as they take on the Atlanta Braves. Hi, everybody, and a very pleasant Wednesday evening to you, wherever you may be. Game 2 of the 3-game series with Atlanta. And the first thing you ought to know, the Giants defeated Pittsburgh this afternoon, 7-5. Tim Lincecum hit a 2-run home run. So the Dodger lead for the moment, 2.5 games ahead of the Giants. And meanwhile, Atlanta, with Washington losing, remaining just a half a game behind them. The pitchers for tonight's game, it will be Zack Greinke on the mound for the Dodgers. Greinke with a record of 12-6, 1-1 in his career against Atlanta. You may remember he lost, allowing only 2 runs in 7 innings in the league division series. By the way, since Zack Greinke became a Dodger last year, his record at Dodger Stadium, 13-3. On the mound for Atlanta, a young left-hander, 23-year-old Alex Wood out of Charlotte, North Carolina, went to school at the University of Georgia on a baseball scholarship. At the tender age of 18, he underwent Tommy John surgery, but he's big, 6'4", 215, and they say he throws very hard. So the Dodgers, for the first time, trying to win 5 in a row this year. We'll find out about that, a whole ball game, and a lot more right after this.
Hello, everybody, and welcome inside Dodger Stadium. I'm Alana Rizzo. The Dodgers have scored 25 runs in their last 4 games, and after a meeting that they had in St. Louis about trusting the guy behind you, the Dodgers have rallied off their first 4-game winning streak of the 2014 season. Let's take a look back at that 4-game hitting streak, and they have been tremendous. Look at the average against the fastball. They raised their average about 30 points. It's not just the fastball, though. Look at the off-speed stuff, from 246 to 339 in the last 4 games, and they're hitting the above-average fastball as well. 93 miles an hour or greater. 455 average compared to just 256 over the course of the season. The big number, though, the team is hitting together 311 average in the last 4 games, a sweep in San Francisco and a win in Game 1 of a 3-game set against the Atlanta Braves. Zach Greinke on the bump tonight for the Los Angeles Dodgers, going for lucky number 13. We will be right back. Vince Scully on the call.
To you wherever you may be. Dodgers ready to play Game 2 of the homestand against the Atlanta Braves on another beautiful summer's evening. A little bit hotter and more humidity than we normally get, and it's a perfect backdrop for what should be another scrambling game. It's also Japanese Heritage Night here at Dodger Stadium, and put it all together, and the prospects are good for another memorable ball game. Zach Greinke on the mound for the Dodgers, and it'll be Alex Wood on the mound for Atlanta. The managers have sent their lineup cards up to home plate. Freddie Gonzalez has sent up his card, so we'll take a look at the names on it as Freddie tries to recover after a tough defeat last night. It will be B.J. Upton in center field. Tommy LaStella had a big night at second base. Freddie Freeman, who always hits well at Dodger Stadium, at first. Justin Upton, 3 years younger than B.J., is in left field. Evan Gattis behind the plate. Chris Johnson at third base. And Drelton Simmons, the shortstop. Jordan Schaefer in right field. Alex Wood on the mound. For Atlanta, they're losing one of their big guns, Jason Hayward, with a bad back. Could not play last night, and he's not in the lineup tonight. Might not play until they go to San Diego. Zach Greinke's getting ready. He's 12-6, 1-1 in his career against Atlanta. He lost to them in the division series last year when he allowed 2 runs. Pitched well, but the Dodgers were outpitched. Greinke, since he became a Dodger, is 13-3 here at Dodger Stadium, so the Dodgers hoping he can keep that up. And it'll be B.J. Upton, followed by Tommy LaStella, and then Freddie Freeman. B.J. Upton, 3 years older than Justin, and B.J. right-hander with a lot of speed. He was in that exciting first inning play last night when he stole third and just did beat a great throw by Yasiel Puig at the plate. So BJ checking in. If he gets aboard, he can be a headache. He's stolen as many as 44. He has stolen 42 twice. And as BJ checks in, he has stolen 17 so far this year. Slender right-hand batter. Greinke delivers. Fastball is swung on and missed. And we're underway. Upton, the initials BJ stand for Boss Man Jr. Actually, his true name is Melvin Emanuel. But the Boss Man Jr. was from his father's nickname of Boss Man. BJ takes a strike, and the count 0-2. 6-3, about 185. On an evening where it is 76 degrees at the start of the game. Greinke off the first base side of the rubber, and Zach comes back 0-2. Fastball high, and a 1-2 count to B.J. Upton. Dodgers in that long string, remember, they had 30 games, 27 of which are against teams above 500. Only the Cubs would break the string. 1-2 pitch is swung on and missed, and down goes B.J. Upton. Upton, by the way, pays a price. With all of his speed, he can only walk back to the dugout. He has struck out 131 times already. So Upton goes down, 1 out, and the batter now, Tommy La Stella. Young fella from New Jersey, had never seen him before, and of course he has the luxury of hitting ahead of Freddie Freeman. And what did he do last night? He had a walk, 2 singles, and a double, batting .296. Greinke delivers, finds the outside corner for a strike, and the count 0-1. So Tommy La Stella, a very impressive game last night with the hits. He also made 2 nice plays defensively. Greinke ahead of him, 0-1. And Zach comes back with a pitch nubbed halfway back to the box. Picked up there and thrown to first by Greinke. And we have 2 down. And Freddie Freeman coming up. Dodgers with the leather tonight. No dramatic changes. One exception with a left-hander going for Atlanta. So the Dodgers have Van Slyke, Puig, and Kemp in the outfield. And the infield, Uribe, Ramirez, Gordon, and Gonzalez. Freddie Freeman, one of only 3 players in the league who have started all of their team's games. The others, Starlin Castro of the Cubs, Hunter Pence of the Giants. Freeman a roller wide of first. Up with it is Adrian Gonzalez. Feeds Greinke, and there's a very quick first inning. So the Braves go quietly, and at the end of half an inning, Atlanta nothing, and the Dodgers coming up. For Greinke, but one of them causes some concern. That's when he was facing B.J. Upton, struck him out, and then he bent over, rubbed the right side of his calf and the inside of the calf. He went into the dugout, talked to Stan Conti, left and went back to the dressing room, and we'll just await further developments. So a very quick inning, but we'll see if the price was too high. We can take a look now at the Dodgers. No surprises, except the fact that Scott Van Slyke is playing in left field instead of Carl Crawford, with a left-hander Alex Wood on the mound. So D. Gordon, he'll be followed by Yasiel Puig, and then as usual, Gonzalez, Ramirez, and Kemp, Van Slyke, Uribe, Ellis, and Greinke. So young Alex Wood, 23-year-old left-hander, throws hard, and his first pitch in for a strike. 0-1 the count to D. Alex Wood, 6'4", 215. The strike one pitch on the way, a little high as Gordon showed bunt. Alex Wood is 23, and he actually had Tommy John surgery when he was 18 years old. Went on to pitch for the University of Georgia and a second-round pick for Atlanta. He's inside on the hands to Gordon, and the count 2-1. Basically, fastball that's been clocked as high as 96. He also has a change, a curveball, and he just learned a knuckle curve. Little ground ball to the right side, backhanded by LaStella. High throw, pulling Freeman off the bag, and Gordon is safely aboard. So Tommy LaStella going to his right, had a reasonably easy throw, hurried it, and that's what happens when you have a hitter like Gordon. He puts so much pressure on the infielder. So backhanded by Tommy, and then airmailed the throw, and not much Freeman could do about it. It'll be an error. And the Dodgers now have Gordon aboard, and Yasiel Puig coming up. Yasiel Puig is a one-man gang, especially against Atlanta. He's played in 9 games against the Braves, including the playoffs, and he's hitting .526. Throw to first, Gordon diving back. For that matter, against the Eastern Division, Puig hitting .355, and the Dodgers heave a sigh of relief as Greinke comes back to the dugout, sits next to Rick Honeycutt, and apparently is okay, as he still fusses a little with the right leg. So Gordon drawing some throws. Alex Wood, during spring training last year, Craig Kimbrell, the great reliever, and Johnny Venters taught him to throw a knuckle curve. So that's added to his repertoire. Left-hander out of a stretch. Comes to the plate. Gordon goes. High fly ball to right. Appears playable, and it is. Settling under it, Jordan Schaefer. And back to first base goes D. Gordon. So they get Puig on a fly ball to right. 1 down. And coming up, Adrian Gonzalez. But a look first at Atlanta's defense. Freeman, LaStella, Simmons, and Johnson on the infield. Justin Upton, older brother B.J. Upton in center, Jordan Schaefer in right. Jason Hayward, a star for the Braves, down with a bad back. He doesn't figure to play tomorrow night either, and they are saying that Hayward might be ready to play in San Diego. Just for the record, Hayward 9 home runs, 42 RBIs, hitting .260. Throw to first, so they're really keeping an eye on Gordon. And Davey Lopes talking to him. I think Gordon looked over at Davey to see if he could get a quick read, the veteran base stealer and first base coach of the Dodgers. There's usually an indication. There goes Gordon, an off-speed pitch for a strike. Throw on a bounce is late, and Gordon steals it. D. Gordon has now stolen 48 out of 58. So the error by LaStella. An opportunity to cash in a run thanks to the speed of Gordon. It's a pretty good pitch to run on. Breaking ball down, and Gaddis throw on a hop to Simmons, too late. So Gonzalez up there. No balls, 1 strike. It's a good combination with Gordon at first and Davey Lopes in the box. And Gordon keeps drawing throws. And while he doesn't have much of a chance to study, Davey Lopes has a lot of chance to pick the move apart. Strike 1 pitch on the way. Big breaking ball away. 1 ball and 1 strike. So Gordon, when he goes back to the bag, he always looks at Lopes. And Lopes usually does something. He might touch the top of his cap. He might do something. And that's a quick insight for Gordon look for that as far as when the pitcher's coming over or when he's not coming. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Throw back to second, close, but he is underneath the tag by Simmons. So they are very aware of D. Gordon, and he's at second base with Gonzalez at the plate. Gordon picked up a stolen base last night, and Gonzalez then doubled him home. So the Braves trying to prevent that from happening tonight. No score, bottom of the first inning, game 2 of the 3-game series. And the 1-1 pitch on the way, swung on and fouled back, 1-2. Dodgers will play Atlanta 7 times, and they are just starting this a 3-game series. And the Dodgers later on going to Atlanta August 11, 12, 13, and 14. So Freddie Gonzalez hoping for payback. Aaron Harang did a pretty good job last night. Went out in a 4-4 tie, and the Dodgers were able to pick up a victory. The off-speed pitch, and Adrian is fooled, goes after it, and strikes out. Interesting note about the Dodgers against left-hand starters. Here at Dodger Stadium, you would think Mattingly's crew would be favored against left-handers, but they are 4-7 despite Yasiel Puig and company. But when the Dodgers go on the road and face left-handers, believe it or not, they're 11-3. Maybe A.J. Ellis can explain it. So the batter now is Hanley Ramirez, who had a very, very frustrating night last night. Gonzalez not only went 0 for 4, Ramirez 0 for 4, could not hit a ball out of the infield and had at least 1 man on base in every at-bat. He takes off the plate, ball 1, 1-0. Well, you wonder about B.J. Upton last night. When he got to second base, he stole third. So if you wonder about stealing third, and B.J. knows all about it, Billy Hamilton of the Reds has stolen 13 of 15. Gordon 8 out of 10, and Jonathan Villar 8 out of 9. So with a right-hand hitter like Hanley Ramirez up there, the left side of the infield is very deep. The door might be open, and we'll see about Gordon if he's thinking that way. He doesn't have to worry at all about Simmons, the shortstop, who's way over on the rim. However, he has to keep an eye on La Stella, who's shortened up a little bit to try and hold him on at second base. 1-1 pitch on the way, breaking ball low, ball 2, 2-1 the count to Hanley Ramirez. Hanley Ramirez hitting .278, 11 home runs, 52 runs batted in. Dodgers with a 4-game winning streak. First time this year. It took them 9 times to finally win their 4th in a row. Now they're trying to win their 5th. The 2-1 pitch to Hanley Ramirez. The fastball by Wood in for a strike, and the count 2-2. On deck, Matt Kemp. So Alex Wood, 23-year-old left-hander, trying to get by Ramirez, not look at Kemp, who's been on fire of late. 2 home runs last night. 2-2 the count to Hanley Ramirez. The pitch to Hanley, breaking ball at his feet, and that runs the count all the way. 3-2 to Hanley Ramirez. Matt Kemp had 2 home runs last night. Had a great reputation of wearing out left-handers, but Matt struggling against them this year. Aaron Harang facing Matt Kemp last night was burned. 2-run home run in the 2nd, and then later 2-run home run in the 7th against Anthony Barbaro. Meanwhile, 3-2 to Ramirez. Breaking ball, swung on and missed. Looked like almost a slider or a curve, maybe what they call a slurve, and it was in on the hands, and Ramirez strikes out. So no runs, no hits, and there a man left, and at the end of an inning, no score. The Dodgers and the Braves. Zach Greinke in a crouch behind the mound. We're watching now, especially to see if he starts rubbing that leg again. He made only 7 pitches to breeze through the first inning. Now it will be Justin Upton, Evan Gattis, and Chris Johnson. Though some heavy hitters checking in, and Justin, as he arrives, 18 home runs, 61 runs batted in. Zach into his windup, right-hander ready, comes to the plate. It's fouled away upstairs off to the right. No balls and 1 strike to Justin Upton. Upton, born in Norfolk, Virginia, went to Great Bridge High School in Virginia. Outstanding young player. They said when he was in the 5th grade, he gave his brother a bloody nose for waking him up too early. The older brother. Hits a big chopper wide to third, gloved sideways by Uribe to throw him out. So Uribe letting that ball come to his gloved side, backed up for the hop, and made the play. So 1 away in the 2nd inning, and Evan Gattis coming up. The Braves. They were once upon a time the Boston Braves. Then later on, they became the Milwaukee Braves. And now they are the Atlanta Braves. But it's the Miracle Braves, the memory of them celebrating their 100th anniversary this year. You ever heard of the Miracle Braves? Kind of an interesting story. Here comes Greinke over the top, fastball in for a strike, and the count 0-1. The Miracle Braves of 1914 started the season 4 victories and 18 losses. And they went from there to become world champions. Slow curveball is swung on and missed, 0-2. In fact, the Miracle Braves were 16 games below the 500 mark after 40 games. That's the lowest ever for a team that eventually turned out to be a World Series winner. Gattis waiting. Strike 2 pitch on the way. Fastball, golf foul right into the Dodger dugout, and the count is still 0-2. The other comeback teams, like the Miracle Braves, would be the 2003 Marlins. They were 10 games under 500 when they came back. And the Angels in 2002, they were 6-14 before they came back to win it all. Strike 2 pitch on the way is taken off the plate, ball 1. The 1914 Braves manager, his name was George Stallings, and he did not wear a uniform. In fact, he wore 3-piece suits in the dugout, like John McGraw of the New York Giants. 1-2 pitch on the way, swung on a hopper by the backhanded effort by Uribe down the line. Gattis on his way jogging into second base, and so with 1 out in the 2nd inning, the Braves have a runner in scoring position. So Gattis drills it, and the batter will be Chris Johnson. For Evan Gattis, by the way, his 12th double. He has a triple and 17 home runs. So Chris Johnson, the right-hand hitting third baseman, who came over in the Justin Upton deal from Arizona as kind of a throw-in, and instead he's done a very solid job, hitting .278, 8 home runs, 46 runs batted in. No score, 2nd inning, 1 out. Gattis at second base, and the pitch in for a strike. That 1914 Boston Braves, the Miracle Braves, had such a bad start, they lost an exhibition game in Buffalo to the minor league team by the score of 10-2. So in early July, they were 14 games under 500. The next pitch fouled away, and the count 0-2. But that Buffalo exhibition loss seemed to really shake up the ball club. That's when things come together. And from then, when they started on the next road trip, the Braves won 12 of 16. Then they came home. They were 12-2 for a homestand and wound up winning the pennant and then beating the Philadelphia Athletics. Here's the strike 2 pitch on the way, swung on, slow roll, a tough play for Uribe, gloves it, throws on the run to get him, and over to third goes Gattis. So Johnson taps to third. Nice play by Uribe. And with a runner at third and 2 down, it'll be Andrelton Simmons. Take another look at Uribe if you're watching on TV. Greinke wisely let the ball get by, and then Uribe gobbled it up, threw off balance, and got his man. So with a runner at third and 2 down, big grin on Uribe's face. Andrelton Simmons, who makes some dazzling plays of his own at short, hitting .256, 5 home runs, 35 runs batted in. With 2 out, and Jordan Schaefer, a left-hand hitter, on deck. A hopper knocked down by Gordon, and that's really all he can do with it. Safely aboard is Simmons, and the Braves have a run. So Andrelton Simmons hits a 1-hopper to the right of Gordon. Tried to make the play and couldn't do it. So the run is in, and the Braves, as they did last night, score first and take a 1-0 lead. So Simmons, base hit, run batted in. Gaddis carries it home. The backhanded effort, the ball hit Gordon right in the middle of the glove. Obviously, he wasn't quite ready to hold on to it, and then went down on his knees, and he was totally out of the play. So 1-0 Atlanta. Jordan Schaefer, left-hand hitter, playing right field last night. Same position again tonight. He finished up for Ryan Domet, who started in right field. And Jordan takes a strike, and the count 0-1. Schaefer hitting just .169, 2 RBIs. Good strong arm. He put that in the showcase window last night a couple of times. 1 run, 2 hits for Atlanta. Leading 1-0. Greinke at the belt. Right-hander back with a pitch in for a high strike, and the count 0-2. For Greinke, 1-1 in his career against Atlanta. He did start against the Braves in the division series, allowed only 2 runs, and lost the game. Zach at the belt. The strike 2 pitch coming up to Schaefer. Greinke delivers, swung on and missed. Another high strike, 94-mile-an-hour fastball. However, the double by Gaddis, a good ground ball out by Johnson to advance him, and then the base hit off Gordon's glove. And at the end of an inning and a half, 1-0 Atlanta. We go to the bottom of the second inning, and the Dodgers coming up with Matt Kemp to lead it off. Matt hit 2 home runs last night, each with a man aboard, though he has really turned it around. One of the home runs, a knee-high fastball he hit over the center field fence. The other was a curveball a few inches off the ground, and he cleared the right field wall. So with the bubble machine working overtime, Kemp had 2 home runs, and now here he comes. Interesting, however, for Matt, You know, he ended this year second among players. He had a .342 career average against left-hand hitters. This year, however, he's hitting only .221 against left-handers, and all 10 of his home runs have come against right-hand pitchers. And Matt takes the first pitch for ball one. Kemp is hitting .306 against right-handers. So here's Matt checking in. Alex Wood ready. Left-hander's breaking ball in nicely for a strike, and the count 1-1. Interesting note on Zach Greinke. Evan Gattis doubled on a 1-ball 2-strike count. That's a very, very good count for Greinke all year. The next pitch to Kent is hammered to left center field. That's going to go halfway up the pavilion just about, and then bouncing down below. So Matt Kemp hits his third home run in this little series, and for Matt, 11 home runs, 45 runs batted in. It's also the 11th home run allowed by Alex Wood. And just like that, the bubble machine working overtime, and the Dodgers have tied it up 1-1. And with the victory dance led by Clayton Kershaw and others, Kemp will be pounded, and a 1-1 tie. Scott Van Slyke getting a start tonight against a left-hander, and Scotty fouls it back. Take a look at the pitch location. That's up and out over the plate, and he hammered that one. So Kemp hit a low curveball for a home run to right, hit a fastball over the center field wall, and now hits a fastball out for the home run, and Van Slyke flies to right.
Third baseman, number 5.
So 1 out, second inning. Kemp starting to feel better about things, especially finally doing something, hitting a home run against a left-hand pitcher. And the batter now, Juan Uribe. Interesting, too, to look at Matt Kemp's numbers. In April, he had .225, 4 home runs, 8 runs batted in. In May, he hit .266, 1 home run, 7 RBIs. In June, he hit .317, 3 home runs, 16 runs batted in. Here's the pitch to Uribe, missing, 1 ball, 1 strike. And in July, Matt hitting better than .311, 3 home runs, 14 runs batted in. 1 ball and 1 strike to Juan Uribe, and he holds up. It's low ball 2, 2-1. Matt is also hitting .364 against the East, .331 against the West, and 7 of his 11 home runs hit against the West. Uribe, big swing, doesn't connect, fouls it off, and the count 2-2. So Matt Kemp swinging a very hot bat, and the Dodgers and the Braves tied up 1-1. Uribe with A.J. Ellis on deck. Breaking ball popped up on the right side. Freddie Freeman in fair ground, right by the bag, makes the catch for the out, and we have 2 down. Boy, I'll tell you one thing. Even though he was pitching against a right-hand batter, Alex Wood really extends that left arm. I mean, if he was a right-hand pitcher, you'd expect him to come by way of third base. And as a left-hander, he really extends it. He also has a kind of a funky delivery as far as his right foot is concerned. So we'll watch, and maybe we can show it to you. He has a habit of popping off the foot. See him bounce on that foot? He got a strike to A.J. Ellis. 0-1 the count. So he doesn't just deliver and settle nicely. 1 foot jumps a wee bit. Strike 1 pitch on the way. Fastball in there again. I would think with that funky delivery and that long arm going out. Here's it for those watching. He strides and then bounces on the right foot backwards. You will not see 1 out of 100 pitchers do that. Here's the strike 2 pitch. Breaking ball inside. 1-2. The Braves are quite happy with his development. They feel he's coming along nicely. Remember, he was signed only 2 years ago and pitched briefly last year. The 1-2 pitch taken just inside. That might have been the knuckle curve. It might have been. We didn't see much rotation of the ball on that pitch. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 out, 1-1 tie, second inning. Alex ready. His 2-2 pitch, breaking ball, fouled away. So he changes speeds a little bit on the breaking ball. I think the knuckle curve that we saw was at 80, and he's hit in the 90s with the fastball. 2-2 pitch on the way. Fastball chased and missed. Might have been away outside the zone. Down goes Ellis, but the Dodgers have Matt Kemp in the lineup, and that means a run. Matt's on a tear. 2 home runs last night, a fastball up, and there was no doubt about what he was going to do, hitting it in the center field pavilion, a 1-1 tie. Sure to bring the kids to Dodger Stadium Sunday at 1:10, Dodgers and Cubs, and the first 15,000 ticketed kids 14 and under receive their own Dodgers Back to School backpack. Compliments of popsicle. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions. The best years of your lives waiting for you at school. You might grumble going there. Alex Wood starts off, big left-hand pitcher, right-hand batter, and takes ball 1. Greinke closed stance, his left foot in front of the right. The 1-0 pitch on the way, taken for a strike. With the pitcher up, a note about Matt Kemp. Matt Kemp, on a 1-ball, 1-strike count, is hitting .438 this year. His home run tonight? 1 ball, 1 strike. Fastball foul back, 1-2 the count. Alex Wood, as far as his numbers are concerned, certainly would not scare you with the bat. He's had 20 at bats, and he has struck out 11 times. He does have 1 hit. Remember, Alex Harang last night had a base hit in the second inning. The next pitch is in there, and that'll do it for Alex Wood. Down he goes. Strikeout number 3 for Zach Greinke. And the batter will be B.J. Upton, who started off the game and struck out. Greinke, who is a strikeout pitcher, twice has struck out 11 this year. 11 against Philadelphia, 11 against Cincinnati, 10 against St. Louis, and 10 last time out against the Giants. Zach ready as B.J. waits, and the first pitch shows him a breaking ball for a strike, and the count 0-1. Upton struck out on fastballs in the first inning. 131 strikeouts, leads the major leagues. The strike 1 pitch on the way. B.J. swings, grounds it foul, and got a little on the foot, so timeout for the moment. 0-2 the count to B.J. Upton. Take another look. Beats that thing right down at the toes of his left foot. You could hear that owl just looking at him. Struck out 169 times with the Rays 2 years ago. BJ not quite ready. You always wonder how something that weighs only 5 to 5.5 ounces could hurt that much. But that baseball sure can destroy. Freddie Gonzalez along with the trainer anxiously watching. Jeff Porter down there in the dugout with Freddie. All right, BJ says he's okay. No balls and 2 strikes. Going to get a high fastball? Well, we'll see. Greinke ready. Here he comes. High fastball, but over his head. 1-2 the count. B.J. Upton in 29 games leading off, hitting .250. 1-2 pitch coming up. Greinke ready. Back with a pitch a little off the plate and high. And the count 2-2. Hunter Wendelstedt is the plate umpire. A chip off the old block. Hunter's dad, Harry Wendelstedt, had a tremendous career. Wear the same number his dad wore, number 21. Hunter's been umpiring in the big league 16 years, and Upton strikes out again. So Upton becomes the 4th strikeout, and he struck out twice. And the batter now, Tommy La Stella. So you think of a leadoff man as a contact hitter, but it's been anything but for B.J. Upton. So Tommy La Stella hit back to the box in the first inning. D. Gordon, for instance, reached on an error. Gordon, an ideal leadoff man, not thinking about home runs. Struck out in the 70s. And the pitch now to Estella. Ball 1. 1-0 the count. Freddie Freeman waiting on deck. Tommy hitting .294. Left-hand batter and a slow freight in for a strike. That was 71 miles an hour. That was a change and a change. Greinke nods yes, heaves a little sigh. 1-1 pitch on the way, and that's taken for a strike. 1-2. We don't want to take anything away from Tommy La Stella, but it certainly does help to be hitting in front of a hitter like Freddie Freeman. They just don't want to walk you. You're going to get a lot of fastballs hitting in front of a big hitter. The 1-2 pitch to Tommy is swung on and popped up. Uribe going back in fair ground just inside the line and makes the catch for the out. So the Braves go down in order, and at the end of 2.5 innings, a 1-1 tie. Third inning in a 1-1 tie. It'll be Zach Greinke followed by Dee Gordon and Yasiel Puig. Little touch of history when Greinke comes up. You know, the first player-for-player trade for the Atlanta Braves and the Los Angeles Dodgers was back in 1975, about 19 months after Henry Aaron hit home number 715 against Al Downing of the Dodgers. The deal, Atlanta sent Ed Goodson and Dusty Baker to the Dodgers for Lee Lacy, Tom Paciorek, Jerry Royster, and Jimmy Wynn. The first pitch to Greinke, a strike. Dusty Baker was quite a find for the Dodgers. Spent 8 years in Atlanta, had 77 home runs there. Spent 8 years with the Dodgers and hit 144 home runs. Greinke takes in and backs off the plate. 1 ball and 1 strike. Greinke with the bat has a half a dozen hits, 1 RBI. He's a contact hitter. He does not strike out much at all, less than 20%. Swings at a big curveball. I probably just put the jinx on him. 1-2 the count to Zach Greinke. 1 run, 2 hits, double by Gaddis, single by Simmons for the Braves. 1 swing of the bat by Matt Kemp. The 1-2 pitch, breaking ball, swung on and missed. Sure enough, down he goes, don't you know. That also would be strikeout number 4 for young Alex Wood. That's quite a delivery he has. I'm sure the first couple of times you look at him, it's pretty hard to find the ball. I mean, he has that Texas two-step as he bounces back on the right foot, and the extension of the left arm. It's extreme, not straight back like Paco Rodriguez, but you think he's going to be side on. He comes over the top low. 1 ball and no strikes to Gordon. Yasiel Puig on deck. 1 run, 2 hits for Atlanta. 1 run, 1 hit for the Dodgers. The next pitch off the plate. 2-0 the count. 1 out, bottom of the 3rd. Dee Gordon batting .292. 2-0 pitch on the way, and that's on the inside corner. Gordon stole a base last night, came home to score, stole a base in the first inning tonight, and was left as Gonzalez and Ramirez each struck out. 2-1 pitch on the way, and that's in for a strike. 2-2. Yeah, that is quite a delivery from Alex Wood. Chris Johnson even up with the bag at third. Freeman deep at first. And the 2-2 pitch on the way. Wood delivers, and it's low. Ball 3. Wood thrown hard enough. As we mentioned earlier, he was 18 years old when he had Tommy John surgery, but he has recovered indeed. Waiting on deck, Yasiel Puig. Gordon fouls another one off. Dee back up and waiting. 3-2 the count. Alex Wood holds the ball in front of his chest, turns, comes back 3-2, and it's line foul into the seats down the left field line. Still 3-2 to Dee Gordon in a 1-1 tie. Giants won today, so the Dodger lead cut to 2.5. It'll either revert to 3 or drop to 2. And the 3-2 pitch is pulled into right field. So Gordon, a ground ball single. And with 1 out, that will bring up Yasiel Puig. From a different angle, looking at Alex Wood's delivery, that left arm drops the ball to below his left hip. And Dee Gordon, meanwhile, grounds it into right field. And now here is Yasiel Puig. Puig in last night's game had 2 singles, a double, and a triple. 4 hit games so far this year. Bonifacio has done it 4 times. Lorenzo Cain has done it 4 times. 12 have done it 3 times, including Dee Gordon and Yasiel Puig. Of course, Puig did it twice in 4 days. In San Francisco and last night. Takes at his feet, breaking ball, Gordon didn't see where the ball went, so he had to hold at first. Watching Gordon look over at Lopes. One thing, Davey has a stopwatch in his right hand, and he'll try to clock the pickoff throw to first. You can just see the string dangling from his right hand. 1 ball and no strikes. Yasiel waiting. Wood a look over at Gordon, out of the plate, and works it low and inside. Ball 2. On deck, Adrian Gonzalez. So Puig, who has always hit well against Atlanta, we mentioned first time up in his 9 career games, hitting .526 against Atlanta. 2-0 pitch, instead throw to first. Nice save by Freeman. 2-0. Yasiel waiting. Wood planting the left foot on the rubber. Gordon a cautious lead at first. Wood set, looks at him. Now comes, there goes Gordon, the off-speed pitch, and the throw down, not in time. It's always a break, and I'm a little surprised that was an off-speed pitch. That took really the game out of Evan Gattis' hands. You get a change-up and Gordon is going, it's virtually impossible to get him. But they're not about, because Gordon's at first base, they're not about to just throw fastballs to Yasiel Puig, so they'll really get burned. That was awfully close at second base. In fact, they're looking at the dugout. They want Freddie Gonzalez to come out. The tag was on the left shoulder, and was it before or after the left hand got on the bag? So Jerry Lane, who's the crew chief, talking to Freddie Gonzalez, it's just a conversation. They're going to look over in the dugout to see whether they want an official review, and apparently they do. It was very close. So Gordon stealing, but it was a good throw by Evan Gattis, especially when you realize it was an off-speed pitch. Take another look. There's the change. Here's the throw. And now watch the left hand, the arm, and the tag. From that angle, it's not quite sure, but Jerry was right there to look at it. Again, on the close-up, if you're watching on TV, look at the tag on the shoulder, and it looks like the tag beat the hand to the bag. It was in a blink of an eye, and they'll have to wait and see. That's the amazing thing about the umpires. I mean, we're looking at it from different angles, different speeds. We have the luxury of looking carefully at it. The umpire has one chance, 1 millimeter of a second, and let's see the result. He's out, and that was a very good call. Jerry just could not see the glove touching the shoulder a fraction, a millisecond before the left hand touched the bag. So Gordon is out in an attempted steal. That was a fine play by Evan Gattis to throw him out on an off-speed pitch. La Stella was able to handle the throw. Now the pitch to Puig is way outside, ball 4. So the Dodgers ran Gordon. He's out stealing, only 11th time that he's been caught. And now Adrian Gonzalez with Puig, who's a break-even base stealer, 7 for 14.
Adrian Gonzalez.
1-1, bottom of the third, 1 away. One run, 2 hits for each team. Alex Wood ready, left-handed delivers, sprayed foul off to the left upstairs, and the count 0-1. Dodgers and Braves here tomorrow night. Julio Teheran will go up against Clayton Kershaw. Then after the 3 big games with the Braves, the Cubs will be in for the weekend, acting as spoilers. The only team the Dodgers play in series that cover 30 games. The only team under 500. Ground ball just foul outside of first down the line. 0-2 to count to Adrian. That was a nice picture. Ball boy brought it back. Little girl, ribbons in her hair, probably about 5 years old. There she is. Left her dad, went down. Ball boy handed him the ball, and she's got a little thrill in her young life. Meanwhile, her brother is saying, oh, yeah, sure. Well, lucky. The strike 2 pitch fouled away. What are the chances that ball will be used by the brother or the sister? 0-2 the count to Gonzalez. Puig at first. Well, she's into eating the peanuts. He's interested in playing the drums. No balls, 2 strikes. Here comes Woods. Breaking ball swung on and missed, and Gonzalez strikes out a second time. 5 strikeouts with that funky delivery for Alex Wood. And at the end of 3, a 1-1 tie. LA is brought to you by the all-new Chrysler 200, America's import. 4th inning and a 1-1 tie. Sunset time here in Southern California. It looks pretty, but I'd settle for some dark clouds and some rain, as with everybody else down here. We have a 1-1 tie, and we've had 9 strikeouts in 3 innings. Zach Greinke has struck out 4. Alex Wood has struck out 5. Freddie Freeman grounded out in the 1st inning. Freddie's a local boy, and he loves to come home. He takes a strike on the corner. The reason he does so well hitting at Dodger Stadium. In his young career, he's hitting .362 here. 1 ball and 1 strike. We talked about the sacrifices made by his dad, giving up lunch hour every day so he could pitch batting practice to his young son and then go back to work. Boy, has that paid off. Sure hope his dad is here and watching Freddie play. Fouled away. His father, Freddie, should get a medal. Life gave him a bad break. Freddie lost his mom when he was 10. He was one of 3 boys. And being the youngest, his dad felt that he needed a little extra caring, and all that batting practice set him up for the big leagues. 1-2 to Freddie Freeman. Fastball missed. 2-2. Zach Greinke, who is 13-3 as a Dodger, pitching at Dodger Stadium. Little roller foul. We talked about the Braves and the Dodgers and the first trade they ever made that brought Dusty Baker here. Braves have had some wonderful players, and they have retired numbers of some great players. Most recently would be Chipper Jones. 2-2 pitch. And a hopper hard, but D. Gordon is right there to take care of it, and Freeman is 0 for 2. 1 out in the 4th inning. The numbers, well, the great Warren Spahn. He had his number retired in 1965. He wore 21. The great left-hand hitting third baseman Eddie Matthews, number 41. His number retired in 1969. Henry Aaron, number 44. That was retired in 1975. The knuckleballer Phil Niekro, number 35. That was retired in 1984. That's a strike. Dale Murphy, one of the most popular Braves, number 3. That was retired in 1994. Greg Maddux in 2009. His number retired, 31. Left-hander Tommy Glavine. His number retired, number 47 in 2010. The manager, and at one time the general manager, and one time an infielder in the Dodger organization, the Hall of Fame manager, Bobby Cox. His number 6 retired, 2011. Number 29, John Smoltz, retired 2 years ago. And we mentioned the latest, Chipper Jones, his number 10, retired last year. And of course the Braves were thrilled. 2 of their fine pitchers, Tommy Glavine and Greg Maddux, went into the Hall of Fame. Interesting for Maddux, he made a decision. He does not have any initials on the cap that he wore when they were sculpting his award. Line down the left field line, a one-hopper up into the stands. So it's a ground rule double for Justin Upton with 1 out. Greg Maddux won something like 194 games for Atlanta. He won, I think, 133 games for the Cubs. So he didn't want either Atlanta or Chicago. So his cap is blank. Tommy Glavine's has an A on it. He won 305. The left-hander was once drafted out of Massachusetts by the LA Kings. He was quite a hockey player. And, of course, Bobby Cox, who started off California boy out of the farm, started in the Dodger organization as an infielder and became a great manager, and he entered in the Hall of Fame. Congratulations to all 3. Foul back by Evan Gattis, 0-1 the count. For Greinke, he's given up 2 doubles tonight, and ironically that's the count where he usually eats up the hitter. 1 ball and 2 strikes. That was the count on Gattis when he doubled, and it was the count on Justin Upton just now when he doubled. 1-1 tie, 4th inning. Upton runs very well at second base. Fly ball down the line, slicing foul towards the stands, out of play. And a young fella who brought the glove, a father, endeared himself to the children, making a great catch. Oh yes, I like to play, and then I met your mom and I decided I'd get out of baseball and get another job. Watch Dad make the catch. A little ice cream cone. Look at the wide eye of the little girl sitting in her dad's lap. Like, wow. And her brother just missed it. 0-2. And that's line down the left field line. Foul this time. So Evan Gattis will come back and try it again. Beautiful evening, 76 degrees when the game started. There is a light zephyr. Old Glory is stirring. The traditional pink sky, and the 3 sisters with a cousin out there back of the left field bullpen. Beautiful summer's evening. 30th of July. Hanley Ramirez trying to sneak behind Justin Upton, but Upton spotted him. 0-2 the count to Evan Gattis. Fouled away again. Gaddis is the fellow. We told a long story about him yesterday. Let's say this way. By the time he was college age, he was pretty confused about life. His mom and dad divorced. He was a good baseball player, but he gave it up. Got in a truck and for about 3 years just drove all over the country doing odd jobs, whatever he needed to exist. And eventually he got some counseling, some therapy, and he was told, "You're not a drug addict of any kind," although he did use marijuana. Said, "You're depressed." Ball one. Worked his way through the depression concerning the divorce, etc. And now he's become a solid ball player in the big leagues, a very well respected one as well. I mean, he really had to fight some devils, and he came into the game hitting .297. One ball and 2 strikes to Evan Gattis. Justin Upton at second. 1 out, and a 1-1 tie in the 4th inning. We were talking before about the plaques in the Hall of Fame and whether they will or will not have a club's lettering on the baseball cap. Bad ball, chased and missed. Down and in. He's nailed. Big out. Strikeout number 5 for Greinke. And the batter will be Chris Johnson. The sad thing in the Hall of Fame, I think, is Yogi Berra. I mean, if ever there was a player who made you think of the New York Yankees, it was Yogi Berra. And yet his plaque on the wall shows Yogi in profile. So you don't even see the initial on the cap. Johnson robbed of a hit. Nice play by Juan Uribe back in the 2nd inning. Ground ball to Uribe. So Greinke gives up the double to Upton, and Upton stays there. No runs, 1 hit, nobody left. At the end of 3.5 innings, a 1-1 tie. Monday and Tuesday night, the Dodgers and the Angels. Each night, there'll be a Dodger cap giveaway for the first 20,000 fans, compliments of security benefit. For tickets to both games, be sure to visit Dodgers.com/tickets today. If you are a baseball fan, that's a dream matchup. Imagine watching a ball game that will feature the great Mike Trout against the equally great and exciting Yasiel Puig. 2 of the outstanding young players in the game, and they'll go head-to-head on the 4th and the 5th here at Dodger Stadium. 1-1, bottom of the 4th inning. Ramirez, Kemp, and Van Slyke in that order. Ramirez struck out in the first inning, and a strike. One run, 3 hits for Atlanta. 1 run, 2 hits for the Dodgers. 1 ball, 1 strike. Well, I can't get over the delivery of Alex Wood. Understand why he struck out 5 men in 3 innings. 1 ball and 1 strike. 23-year-old, very much in control. Breaking ball missed. For Wood, he's had to bear under the fact that the Braves have just not been scoring for him. In all of his starts, they've scored a total of 37 runs. So they're averaging less than 3 runs a start in his games. That's a strike. Off speed. The pride of Charlotte, North Carolina. Alex Wood. Big breaking ball. 3-2. Last year he pitched 2 innings in relief, 2 different games against the Dodgers. Allowed 1 hit, struck out 3. His high in strikeouts this year, 11 against Miami. Fastball poked foul. Still 3-2. That might have been out of the strike zone. But with 2 strikes, Ramirez wasn't about to gamble. So you get a fastball away, and we've seen those breaking balls. Let's see if he comes back with one of those. Missed inside, ball 4 with a fastball. So Hanley's aboard a leadoff walk, and the batter is Matt Kemp. Matt Kemp in the 2nd inning led off the inning. The Dodgers were down 1-0, and he got a fastball out over the plate and hammered it into the center field part of the pavilion. So Matt has hurt the Braves. He had 2 home runs, 4 runs batted in last night. 3 home runs in his last 5 at-bats. No home runs in 88 at-bats. Breaking ball. Late break on it, too. 1 ball and no strikes. Giants won today 7-5, beating Pittsburgh. Dodgers have to win to remain 3 in front or drop to 2 in front. Two balls, no strikes. 82-mile-an-hour change. And a late breaking might have been the knuckle curve. 2-1 the count. So he's young and he's smart. He's only been pitching professionally for 2 years. 2-1. Sinker, ball 3. The Braves starting pitchers 6-2 in their last 9 or 10 games since the All-Star break. We'll see Tehran tomorrow night. The ERA for the starters since the All-Star break, 3.1. Slow curveball, 3-2. If you get to the Braves bullpen, their ace is Craig Kimbrell. He has 32 saves. He is tied with Trevor Rosenthal of the Cardinals. So Kimbrell just sitting back relaxed. And of course Jansen for the Dodgers. Ground ball to third, gobbled to Johnson, over to second, back to first, not in time, and it gets away from Freeman anyway. Ramirez coming in trying to tie up Tommy La Stella, and La Stella did not get much of a throw. It was dying on its way to first. We take another look. Here's Johnson and the quick feed, and then Ramirez coming in. La Stella straddling, so he lost the strength on the throw and didn't get it there. It's such a tough position. The shortstop, when he turns a double play, that's a lot easier. He's looking at the runner all the time. When you're the second baseman, you go to the bag, and for a second you have your back to the runner. Then you turn around. Sometimes you'll straddle the bag. Sometimes you'll step back of the bag and use the bag as kind of a fortress. But sometimes you and the runner just have a nasty meeting. Not that that was nasty, but when he straddled, he just couldn't get anything on the throw. So here's Van Slyke. 2-0 the count. You know about the Rockies and the Chicago Cubs? Last night they played a 16-inning game, 6 hours 27 minutes. The winning pitcher, John Baker, was the Cubs' backup catcher. 33, hadn't pitched since way back in the Cape Cod League. And believe it or not, John Baker scored the winning run on a Starlin Castro sacrifice fly after he pitched a scoreless top of the 16th. Well, with all of that, it looks like they're at it again. 3-1 to count. Scott Van Slyke. Cubs won that game 4-3, 16 innings. Little dribbler, and Wood throws high, and a fine stretch by Freddie Freeman. So Freeman saved the day on that throw. Otherwise, that thing goes all the way down to the right field corner. So now Gaddis going out to kind of calm the young pitcher after he almost threw it away. Let it fly, and Freeman up the air to get it. Freddie Freeman, by the way, is a big man. He's 6'5", so it's a good size for a first baseman. 2 down, and Juan Uribe the batter. 1-1 tie, and the Dodgers have Matt Kemp at second base. Uribe popped up in the second inning. 0-1. Pitch down and away, and Uribe certainly wasn't following that pitch. He just let the bat fly. And a little roller foul. No balls and 2 strikes to Juan Uribe. Uribe came into the game hitting .304, 5 home runs, 30 runs batted in. Uribe last night had 2 doubles, 1 to left, 1 to right. Oh and 2. Good breaking ball in on the hands. Boy, that's a great pitch. It also means a half a dozen strikeouts, and at the end of 4, it's a 1-1 tie. For the premiere episode of Backstage Dodgers, we'll take an inside look at Scott Van Slyke as he visits the city where his father became a three-time All-Star with the Pirates. Don't miss this new episode of Backstage Dodgers tomorrow at 5 p.m. right here on Sportsnet LA. Well, we have a dandy going here, a 1-1 tie. Zach Greinke and young Alex Wood giving him and the Dodgers a battle. Wood has struck out 6, and he has limited the Dodgers to just 2 hits, one of which was the home run by Matt Kemp. Greinke, no slouch. He's allowed 1 run and 3 hits. So into the 5th inning in a 1-1 tie. And Andrelton Simmons followed by Jordan Schaefer and then Alex Wood. Simmons from Curacao, the hometown of the island, along with Kenley Jansen. That's right. Curacao is a beautiful spot. The thing that really gets you when you sail in there, all the homes are a different color. Ground ball, real grass cutter. 1 away. Yeah, the homes are pink and blue and yellow, and it's a fairyland. Curacao belongs to the Netherlands.
17,
1 away. Jordan Schaefer struck out in the 2nd inning, 0 for 1. Doesn't play very much, but he's playing with Jason Hayward's sideline with a bad back. One out in a 1-1 tie. Overhand breaking ball for a strike. Big slow curve. Oh, and 2. Greinke comes here with a 12-6 record, 1-1 in his career against Atlanta. But as we said, since a Dodger, he's 13-3 here at Dodger Stadium. 0-2. Down he goes. So Schaefer strikes out a 2nd time. 6 strikeouts for Greinke. And with 2 out, Alex Wood will be coming up.
Pitcher number 40, Alex Wood.
Alex Wood struck out in the 3rd inning. And a strike. 0-1. Fastball. And at 93. 0-2. Got him. So Wood is caught looking. That's 7 strikeouts. It also means that Greinke has struck out 3 of the last 5 batters he has faced, and we're heading for the bottom of the 5th in a 1-1 tie. Dodger baseball on Sportsnet LA is driven by your Southern California Mazda dealer. On a beautiful evening here in Los Angeles, we have a beautiful ball game. A 1-1 tie, bottom of the fifth inning. The veteran Zach Greinke and the rookie Alex Wood. And a fine crowd enjoying it. And the prospect of yet another tough game tomorrow night. Julio Teheran will go up against Clayton Kershaw. Teheran is a 10-game winner. 10-6 with a fine earned run average of 2.7. And for Clayton Kershaw, he is 12-2 with a magnificent earned run average of 1.7. Well, this one isn't bad. Alex Wood trading pitch for pitch with Zach Greinke. Alex has made 72 pitches, and he's going up against A.J. Ellis, Zach Greinke, and then D. Gordon. Little low, ball one. That's a strike. So the Dodger catchers, who do a lot of great catching, have not been hitting. Drew Butera is batting .195. Ellis struggling at the same time and bangs it into right field for a base hit. So A.J. Ellis, a single to right, and that'll bring up Zach Greinke. Well, the first thought you have with Greinke, who's a pretty good hitting pitcher, will they ask him to bunt? He has 2 sacrifices. If you really want to get somebody to bunt, you hire Hyun-Jin Ryu. He has 8 sacrifices. So we'll see about Greinke. Johnson coming in on the grass, and the throw to first. Pitch is low, 1 ball and no strikes. 1 run, 3 hits for each side. 1 error that was charged to Tommy La Stella, the second baseman. Greinke gets the bunt down, good bunt, picked up by Freeman, gets it to La Stella. Sacrifice works. A.J. now in scoring position at second base. So the batter will be D. Gordon. We mentioned earlier about Alex Wood, how he had 11 strikeouts against Miami. It was a remarkable game, a 1-0 Marlins win, in which the starting pitchers, Alex Wood and Jose Fernandez, combined to strike out 25 batters without walking a batter. Wood allowed 1 run and suffered the defeat 1-0. Well, he's a dandy young pitcher. Ball 1. D. Gordon reached on an error by La Stella and stole second. Third inning single to right and was thrown out trying to steal. Good fastball. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. Waiting on deck, Yasiel Puig. Puig tonight has flied to right and walked. 1 ball, 1 strike. Big break and a big save by Evan Gattis. Good move by the catcher, getting that glove in the right position. Big save. So that keeps the runner at second. 2-1 to count. Evans busy before even going to the fingers. Ground ball up the middle, smothered by La Stella, though he saves a run. It's a base hit for Gordon, but he prevents A.J. Ellis from coming home. So a big play by Tommy La Stella, and the Dodgers have runners at first and third with one out, and Yasiel Puig coming up. High chopper. There's the smothering stop. Ellis has to stop at second base. So Gordon 2 for 3. And now here's Puig trying to pick somebody up. Yasiel Puig with a runner at third, in case you wonder, has just one sacrifice fly. On deck, Adrian Gonzalez. Remember, Wood did a good job holding Gordon in the third inning, and eventually Gordon was thrown out trying to steal. So first and third, one out. Yasiel Puig trying to pick somebody up. 12 home runs, 54 runs batted in, and his average at .316. Kershaw and Tehran tomorrow night. But we've got a good one tonight. Greinke and Wood. Way outside. Wood has 3 wild pitches, and Gaddis has done a very good job preventing a fourth up to here. What a position that is, huh? 1 ball and no strikes. Big breaking ball. 2-0. Puig walked on 4 pitches in the third inning and flied to right field in the first. And hit down the right field line, slicing foul, and back into the stands. 2-1 to count to Yasiel. Puig checking with Lorenzo Bundy. So is D. Gordon over at first. Tough job being a third base coach, not only because you're always subject to criticism if you have a runner thrown out at the plate, but you really got to control the signs. And usually there are different signs for different people. They give you, when you join the club, they'll give you a key. Let's just say it's the belt buckle, and he'll do all kinds of things. And then once he hits the belt buckle, it depends on the first, second, or even third move by the coach as to what you want to do. Off speed and popped up, change up, and backing out is La Stella. That's a great pitch made. Everybody in the park looking for either a breaking ball or a fastball, and the change up is popped up. Puig pops it up, I think let out a holler, so frustrated. Then he realizes, hey, wait a minute, supposing the ball is dropped, I had best stop and start running. So he blows a chance to break a 1-1 tie on the changeup. Now another meeting. Evan Gaddis out there. The batter is Adrian Gonzalez, and he's taken care of Adrian twice with big slow breaking balls down and away. Adrian Gonzalez against all comers, has struck out 73 times. That's just add 2 tonight, 75. So he struck out only 5 times more than D. Gordon. And of course, Gordon could be a factor now. First and third, 2 out in a 1-1 tie. Ball 1. Fastball down. Adrian, I'm sure, going over in his head about those breaking balls down and away. And little ground ball to Estella. And the Dodgers blow a big opportunity. No runs, 2 hits, 2 left, and at the end of 5, a 1-1 tie. Wes Parker made an error, and that made a headline. He had 1,009 chances before he finally committed an error. He won his 2nd consecutive Gold Glove, wound up winning 6 Gold Gloves. He also led first baseman 6 times in the National League. About as good a fielding first baseman as the Dodgers ever had, and that would include Gil Hodges. Whenever people talk about the best defensive first baseman, certainly in modern times, they all seem to point to Keith Hernandez of the New York Mets. And with that, let's get back to this one. One run, 3 hits for Atlanta. 1 run, 4 hits for the Dodgers. And we're in the 6th inning. That's going to go foul down the line. Looked like a cutter. Late break. Not a lot of break. Upton, no balls and 1 strike. BJ has struck out twice. Dodger run tonight was a home run by Matt Kemp. The Braves had a double by Evan Gattis and a single by Andrelton Simmons, and that's it. 0-1. Fastball. 1 ball, 1 strike. Greinke, coming into the inning, had made only 59 pitches. One ball, 1 strike. 1-2. You can read Upton's lips. One word we can't use, but he was talking about a dash terrible pitch. 1-2 the count. and he strikes out a third time. So one away as BJ having a lot of trouble. Of course, he joins the list of a lot of hitters who have swung and missed at Greinke. But for BJ, he has now struck out 133 times. Not much to say. Greinke has been excellent in getting the first pitch for a strike, but he misses that time. He's 17 out of 20 first pitch strike. Wood, contrary, only 10 of 21. But they're even. Two and 0 the count. Tommy La Stella hit back to the box, popped up. La Stella had a big night last night. 2 walks, make it 1 walk, 2 singles and a double. 2-1. Dodgers, remember, have been struggling all year against left-handers at home. They're 4-7 against left-handers at Dodger Stadium. On the road, they're 11-3. How does that figure? 3-1 to count to La Stella, and Freddie Freeman on deck. Pop foul out of play, 3-2. Tommy La Stella, a New Jersey boy, finding a home in Atlanta. Foul to Bay, 3-2. Freddie Freeman waiting on deck. Remember, last year they did a study, and Freeman was credited as having the best eye in baseball. For every strike that he took 5 pitches out of the strike zone. And he's coming up next. Line drive, base hit to left field. So Tommy La Stella 1 for 3 with a base hit to left. And here comes Freddie.
First baseman, number 5, Freddie Freeman.
Freddie Freeman, born in Fountain Valley, lives in Orange, 6'5", 225, has worn out a couple of clubs, hitting .392 against the Mets, .488 against the Washington Nationals, and remember, Atlanta a half a game behind Washington, and then going the other way against the Marlins. Right. Against the Marlins, he's hitting .059. No balls and 1 strike. Off the plate, 1 ball, 1 strike. Although Freddie Freeman has a very good eye for the strike zone, he's still a home run hitter, so he doesn't walk a lot. And hitting behind him, Justin Upton. 1-2, good fastball in on the hands at 94. Freddie last night up against Josh Beckett unloaded in the 3rd inning with Estella aboard. Freeman had the 2-run home run and a single plus a walk. Every time he looked up, Estella was on base last night with a walk, 2 singles and a double. Tonight he's on base once with his single. just off the corner. Would not bite. 2-2. Freeman has struck out 91 times. And make it 92. Meanwhile, for Greinke, he now has 9 strikeouts. So Freeman has struck out 92 times. Chris Johnson has struck out 105.
Left fielder, Justin Upton.
B.J. Upton has struck out 133 times. And Justin Upton 110. So they've got a lot of fellas who hit home runs, but they also pay the price. As a team, they have struck out 908 times. So 2 down. Here's Justin, grounded to third, double to left. On the corner with the fastball. The Upton brothers, B.J. and Justin, the highest drafted brothers in baseball history. Justin, a first-round pick in 2005. B.J., a second-round pick in 2002. 0-1. And that's stroked into left center, base hit. Now LaStella can run. Up with the ball, bobbling it, dropping it is Puig, who then guns it into second base, and he'll probably draw an error. LaStella asking his third base coach what happened. It was that Puig had trouble picking up the ball. We'll see whether Upton is credited with a single and an error or a double. We'll wait for the scoring. Either way, with 2 out, the Braves have runners at second and third, and it will be E8. So a breaking ball, and Justin went down to get it. Singles to center. Takes second on Puig's bobble, and LaStella is now at third. Last night we were speculating we want to see Puig charging a base hit with a runner at second base. Let's say it's a base hit right up the middle. That's fine. That's the play I'm anxious to see. Here's Gaddis now, first base open, and they go after him with a strike. On deck, Chris Johnson. So we look back to find out about the present. Gaddis came in hitting .333, 1 for 3. Johnson 2 for 7 against Greinke coming into the game. In on the hands with a very good fastball. 94 miles an hour, perfect spot. And now Ellis going out. Just came right in there and got it by him. 2 out, no balls, 2 strikes. Braves have runners at second and third. We're in the 6th inning, and it's a 1-1 tie. LaStella at third, Upton at second. No balls and 2 strikes to Evan Gaddis. Got him on a high fastball that might very well have been out of the strike zone. So when it's all said and done, Greinke strikes out the side. He now has 10 strikeouts in his 6 innings, but it's still a 1-1 tie. tie. Remember in 1977, the Dodgers, Garvey, Say, Baker, and Smith became the first set of 4 teammates to hit 30 home runs each in the same season. Well, the Dodgers will honor the achievement tomorrow night. The first 50,000 fans in attendance will take home an original 30 home run club bobblehead presented by Security Benefit. For tickets, visit Dodgers.com/promotions. Bottom of the 6th. Wonderful ball game. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for Atlanta. The Atlanta pitcher, young Alex Wood, has been dynamite. He has struck out 6. Meanwhile, Zach Greinke has allowed 1 run, the 5 hits. He has struck out 10. And we go to the bottom of the 6th inning. Ramirez, Kemp, and Van Slyke. Ball 1 to Ramirez, who struck out and walked. Dodgers had a golden chance in the 5th inning, but left 2 when Puig popped up and Gonzalez grounded out. Fly ball to right field. Cruising to his left is Schaefer to pick it off. So Hanley Ramirez still looking for a hit in the 2 games. Had a long night last night, going 0 for 4. 0 for 2 tonight. And the batter, Matt Kemp. Kemp going the other way. 2 home runs last night. Got a fastball tonight in the 2nd inning. It was up above the belt, and he hit it in the center field pavilion. So Matt Kemp alive with the bat. Matt with 11 home runs, 45 runs batted in. Kemp hitting .284. We're talking about strikeouts tonight. Wood with 6, Greinke with 10. Clayton Kershaw has something to go for tomorrow night. He'll be seeking his 4th straight home start with at least 10 strikeouts. Hideo Nomo and Sandy Koufax, the only Dodgers have done so in the last 100 years. So we'll see about Clayton tomorrow night. Julio Teheran will be on the mound for Atlanta. 2-1. That was up more around the chin. The fastball that cost him the run was just above the belt. And he's behind now, 3-1. The 2 home runs that Kemp hit last night, he hit a fastball into the hitter's background in center field. He hit a curveball about 6 inches off the ground and hit the top of the right field fence when it bounced into the seats. 3-1. Fastball whacked into left field, base hit. Justin Upton over to pick it up. Matt will hold on. So he's 2 for 3, draws a throw, and just did get back. So Scott Van Slyke coming up. Van Slyke flied to right, hit back to the box, 0 for 2. One out in the inning. Bottom of the 6th, 1-1. Van Slyke in the lineup with a left-hander starting. Off speed, drives it to center. BJ is there. Kemp down to second, gets back. So Van Slyke doesn't hang around. And we have 2 down here in the 6th inning. And Juan Uribe coming up. I didn't have time to tell you that Van Slyke was hitting .281 with 7 home runs against left-hand pitching. So here's Uribe. All 5 of Juan's home runs against right-hand pitching and hitting around .250 or less against left-handers. 0 for 2 tonight. Fastball strike. Alex Wood out of Charlotte, North Carolina, 23 years old, 6'4", 215. Had Tommy John surgery when he was 18, and he is some kind of pitcher. Ground ball into that wide open spaces, smothered by La Stella, but on his way to third, drawing a throw is Kemp, and he is in there. So hustle by Tommy La Stella, smothering the ball in shallow right, but Kemp with 2 out didn't have any reason to stop, and he beats the throw at third. La Stella directed by Schaefer to throw to third, close, but Matt Kemp is in there. So first and third, 2 out, and the batter will be A.J. Ellis. A.J. struck out and singled to right. Alex Wood is due to bat fourth when the Braves hit in the 7th. So it's 1-1, 2 out, bottom of the 6th. A.J. batting .203. Change up for a strike. One of the things that has to be a problem, you know, when Paco Rodriguez extends his left arm, he's showing it to the hitter. But when Wood extends his left arm, he will eventually come around and hide the ball behind his left hip. 1-1. Good breaking ball, late break. I mean, if you're the hitter, you have to give up on that pitch. You think it's going to miss. See how he shows the ball behind his hip. For the hitter, he'll lose the ball for a split second behind the hip, and then here he comes at you. 2-2 the count. First and third, 2 out, 1-1 tie. Alex Wood has committed 3 wild pitches. Dodgers have had not much as far as runners at third base. 2-2. And down he goes. Great pitch. The bottom dropped out of it. So Ellis strikes out. Dodgers leave 2 more. That would be 7 strikeouts for Alex Wood. And at the end of 6, a 1-1 tie. Well, when you look at strikeouts, that's really where this game is. Zack Greinke, for the third time, has struck out 10. Twice he struck out 11, so he might go to that high easily tonight. Alex Wood has struck out 7. What's interesting about Wood, with his tricky delivery, there's only one strike 3 pitch he made tonight. That was a fastball at 91. All of the other 6 strikeouts, the pitches were at 82, 81, and 80. So it's the off-speed stuff that's stopping the Dodgers. They've left 5 men in the last 3 innings, and we move to the 7th in a 1-1 tie. Greinke got out of a serious streak in the 6th inning, and he struck out the side. So now it's Chris Johnson. Strike. Johnson twice grounding to third. The first time, Uribe made a fine play to get him. Chris hitting .277. 0-2. How'd you like to be Chris Johnson? You don't come up from the system. You come in a trade. They really overlook you. They're all talking about Justin Upton. And then they are asking this fella to take over for Chipper Jones, whose number was retired last year. And he's done a wonderful job. 1-2. Chris went to Stetson University. That's in Florida. Well put together, 6'3", 220. Last year, make that 2012, he was one of only 12 regulars to hit over 300 in the National League. Fouled away. He hit 321 2 years ago after hitting 329 the year before with the Astros. So the Braves have themselves a prize here. His dad, the first base coach, Ron Johnson of the Boston Red Sox. In on him, and strikeout number 11. So for the third time this year, Greinke has struck out 11.
Shortstop number 19, Andrelton Simmons.
Andrelton Simmons has singled and grounded to short. His base hit in and out of Gordon's glove, and it allowed Gaddis to score from third. And that's the Braves run. The Dodger run was the home run by Matt Kemp. Foul back, 0-1. Simmons, the single, last time up, grounded out. The last 4 outs, the last 6 outs have all been strikeouts. Fastball, strike 2. In the 5th inning, Schaefer and Wood struck out. Then Greinke struck out the side in the 6th. Then he strikes out Johnson here in the 7th. No balls, 2 strikes. Ground ball to the hole, speared by Uribe, up and at him to throw him out. Juan Uribe makes a big play. He gets a salute from center field and from right field by Matt Kemp. Take another look. Boy, you think they're on a turntable. He'll glove it. He'll go down, spin up, and then throw a strike. Beautiful play. So 2 down in the 7th inning. Uribe's made 2 dandies, one on Johnson, this one on Simmons, and here's Jordan Schaefer, who has struck out twice. Ball 1. So Schaefer has struck out twice. Wood has struck out twice. B.J. Upton has struck out 3 times. Evan Gaddis has struck out twice. So they're the ones who have paid the bill so far. We're in the 7th, 2 out, 1-1 tie. He was late on that 92-mile-an-hour fastball. He got a little bit of it, but it was almost in A.J. Ellis' mitt. Jordan Schaefer out of Winter Haven, Florida. He had an amazing at-bat. A drag bunt right back to Greinke. That'll be it. Schaefer, in his first big league game, hit a home run in his first ever plate appearance. It was on opening day, and he also defeated the champion Philadelphia Phillies back in '09. Great way to break in. A big game you expected to see and got in the league division series when the Dodgers beat the Braves 3-1 and then moved on to play St. Louis last year. Alex Wood, haven't seen much of him, but boy, you can file that name away. He has struck out 7. He has limited the Dodgers to 1 run. It was a home run by Matt Kemp. They've scraped 6 hits, but nothing else against him. And Zach Greinke, who's really on the beam with 11 strikeouts, will start it off. Greinke has struck out and sacrificed. Ball 1. Right-hander David Carpenter begins to warm up in the Atlanta pen. That could be something if we get to the 9th inning and you see Kimbrel and Jansen. Two balls and no strikes. Fastball comebacker. So Alex Wood handled a tough play. That thing was on top of him, but great reflexes. 1 away. Don't forget, RBI Baseball is back. All 30 MLB teams and 2014 players. You get the retro 2-button style baseball game you've been missing. Visit RBIGame.com for more details. Download today on your console and mobile device. 1 away. D. Gordon reached on an error, singled to right, and singled on a ball smothered by second baseman Tommy La Stella. D has stolen the base, and he's been caught stealing. And a bunt foul back. 1-1. D. Gordon is about 5'11" and listed at 175. I think that's open to debate. Little foul, out of play. Day in, day out, night in, night out. Gordon every day. And of course, not only defense, not only getting base hits, but stealing bases. A remarkable stamina. Dodgers are in their 108th game, and Gordon has played in 102. So he's had not much rest at all. Of course, Don Mattingly watches him so carefully, and D is a lot stronger than you might think just looking at him. On the hands to strike him out. That's 8 strikeouts for Alex Wood. Boy, he's wonderful. Not if you're hitting against him, but just keeps that ball on the inside part of the plate. And the batter now, Yasiel Puig. Alex is due to lead off in the 8th inning. We'll see. Puig tonight flied to right, walked, came up in the 5th inning with runners at first and second. Make it first and third on the smother play by La Stella. And on a changeup, Puig popped it up. And this time it's foul down the line. He hit that right off the end of the bat. 0-1 to count. Off the end of the bat, and it broke it. No balls and 1 strike. Yasiel hitting it off the end of the bat, stinging that right hand. He's not quite ready. Slow breaking ball, and it slides in there. Remember, we made that point earlier. Of the 7 strikeout pitches, only 1 was a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. All the others 80, 81, 82. Big slow stuff. Now the strike 2 pitch, another breaking ball. 1-2. With all of the off-speed pitches, breaking balls, etc., Wood's been wonderful, and he has only walked 2. And that's going to be right back to Wood. So the Dodgers really just being snuffed out by a big, tall left-hander who's pitching so wisely. Evan Gattis, no doubt, calling a good game. And at the end of 7, we have a 1-1 tie. We go to the 8th inning. Atlanta and the Dodgers. What's ahead? Well, among other things, tomorrow night, Clayton Kershaw and Julio Teheran. The Chicago Cubs will be here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then the confrontation, 2 with the Angels here, followed by 2 in Anaheim. A chance to see Puig versus Trout, and that should be a great 4 games. Hope you make your plans to be with us here at Dodger Stadium, and we're heading for the 8th inning in a 1-1 tie. Phil Gosselin will be coming up as a pinch hitter. So that will do it. A tremendous performance by Alex Wood. He was outstanding. Struck out 8, made 114 pitches, and really pitched. Talking about really pitching, here's Zach Greinke. 0-1. Greinke has struck out 11. His career high, he struck out 15 when he was with Kansas City against Cleveland. That would be 5 years ago. KC won the game 6-2. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's Alex Wood getting 5s. 23 years old, had Tommy John surgery when he was 18, and I mean he can pitch with a rather funky or unusual delivery. Phil Gosselin out of Westchester, Pennsylvania. If I remember properly, one of the more popular men in baseball for years was the manager of the Pittsburgh Pirates, Danny Murtaugh, and Danny was from Westchester, PA. And that'll do it for Gosselin, or will it? Nope. Got a little bit of it. Still 1-2. Gosselin went to the University of Virginia, 5th round pick. 25 years old. He's 26 in October. And now he is done. So that's 12 strikeouts for Zach Greinke. 1 out in the 8th inning. It's there, and then it's down there. So now B.J. Upton, and he can write a book about what it's like to strike out. He struck out his last 2 at-bats last night in the 5th and in the 8th. He actually struck out 3 times last night, and he has struck out 3 times tonight. And that makes it 5 in a row. He's walked back empty-handed to the Braves dugout, but he can also hit. He has 7 home runs, 27 runs batted in. Might not be playing, however, if Jason Hayward was in the lineup. Another strike. Hayward did not have any luck when he did play against Greinke. Hayward 2 for 11. In the bullpen, Jordan Walden warming up while Hayward looks on. Oh, and 2 to B.J. Upton. Ball 1. So Upton has struck out 6 times in the 2 games and 5 straight. So you bet he's a man on a mission here. Two and 2. BJ is a veteran player. So the fact he strikes out 3 times, he's been through that. He's been a pro since 2003. Came to the big leagues in 2004. Three and 2. Greinke has been perfect. He has not walked anybody. La Stella on deck, and he goes 3 and 2 to B.J. Upton. Got him again, and it was a good pitch. So for B.J. Upton, he has struck out 4 times tonight, and his last 6 at-bats have been strikeouts. Take another look. Good breaking ball right there. A little dip to it. So that's 13 strikeouts for Greinke. And how's he doing? He's tied 1-1. Now it will be La Stella, who is 1 for 3. Slow breaking ball. Change at 72. 0-1 to count. Greinke has now gone over the 100-pitch mark. 103. Wood went out after 114. Fastball in there at 92. So he certainly has held his stuff. Honeycutt and Mattingly gesturing to Adrian Gonzalez to get a little bit closer to the line. Ball 1. 2 out in the 8th inning. The Dodgers do not want to give up an extra base hit. However, Puig is very deep in center. Van Slyke is up a little. Kemp is back, and the corners are guarding the foul lines. 2-2. AJ staggering a little. When the Dodgers bat in the bottom of the 8th inning, it'll be Gonzalez, Ramirez, and Kemp. Boy, AJ took that thing almost under the chin. One of the last games he played here, he said he was hitting a foul ball off the mask, the worst he ever experienced in his career. So Greinke went 3-2 with Upton and struck him out. And now he comes back 3-2 to La Stella. Waiting on deck, Freddie Freeman. And Freeman's going to come up. So a little fatigue, I'm sure, after 108 pitches. And now his big challenge against Freddie Freeman. In looking at Greinke's pitch count and high and low, way back in May, he made 112 pitches. Then in the middle of June, he made 117. And then on the 9th of July, he made 115. Well, right now he's at 108. And a tough hitter. Greinke and Freeman. Coming into the game, Freddie was 2 for 8, though add 3. He's 2 for 11. Down in the Dodger bullpen, Brandon Lee gets up, and Greinke trying to do it himself. So Freddie is 0 for 3. Tough hitter in a very tough spot. Greinke in the first 7 innings had only 1 3-ball count. He's had 2 here in the 8th, and behind 1 ball and no strikes. So Greinke's biggest enemy right now is fatigue. And a line drive speared by Hanley. Boy, was that ever heading towards left center field. A bullet by Freeman and a huge play by Hanley Ramirez. So Greinke got away with one there, and Freeman whacks it, and there's the one-hand stab by Ramirez. No runs, no hits, a walk and a man left. We're heading to the bottom of the 8th in a 1-1 tie. It was obvious in the 8th inning. He made 19 pitches to give him 110, and he had just enough luck to have Hanley Ramirez take what might have been an extra base hit away and end the 8th inning with a line drive. So Zach figures to be finished as he talks to A.J. Ellis down in the Dodger bullpen. Hanley Jensen is up, and the big guy loosening up. A former closer, Jordan Walden, big guy out of Fort Worth, Texas, 6'5", 240. The Angels drafted him back in 2006. He was a closer in 2011. He saved 32. However, that disappeared. It went to 3, then none, and the next thing you know, he winds up with the Braves. He was probably the top high school prospect in the country when he was drafted by the Angels. He was throwing 99 in a Connie Mack game. 0-1. Gonzalez probably happy not only to see a right-hander, but to see a fastball. He got a steady diet of slow breaking balls, struck out twice, and went 0 for 3. And a high strike. Adrian doesn't say anything to Hunter Wendelstedt. 0-2 the count. On the hands, little fly ball going foul and will drop untouched. When you're facing Walden, you know that he's a fastball pitcher. He's been clocked as high as 98. In fact, he once hit 101. But basically, his two-seamer drops down to somewhere between 90 and 94. He has a slider and a changeup. And he also has one of those pitches, it's half curve, half slider, and they call it the slurvy slider. Fastball, foul ball, 0-2. That reminds me, in way back time, you know, there's a rule that the only man who can be in foul ground is the catcher. Way back, they would put a guy in foul ground. You know why? If you hit a ball fair and it went foul, it was then ruled in play. So way back, they'd actually have a guy in foul territory. That was close to his change. 1-2. One of the, talking about rules, one of the, you think, wacky rules in the book, you are not allowed to run the bases backwards. Now you'd say, well, that's insane. You know. Well, yeah, it is. But there was a reason for it. And down goes Adrian a third time. 1 out in the 8th inning. There was a fellow named Germany Schaefer, and he was at first base with a runner at third. And he decided he would steal second. He would draw a throw, and the runner at third would score. So he stole second, and they didn't throw. So what did he do? He thought, if they wouldn't throw to me at second, maybe they would throw if I steal first. And he ran back to first. They didn't throw then. And that's why that rule is in the book. It actually happened. It's a crazy game. Ball 1 to Hanley. 9 Dodgers have struck out tonight. And the big guy paying the bill, Gonzalez, who has struck out 3 times. Fouled away. Right now, the big play turned in by Hanley Ramirez, the line drive by Freddie Freeman, and look at that. Great stabbing catch by Hanley Ramirez. Now trying to do something with the bat. He has struck out, walk, fly to right. One and two. Walden with a good ERA of 2.2 in his 38th game. He has saved 3, but Craig Kimbrell has 32 saves. He's number 1. Walden has allowed just 1 home run. 32 innings. Breaking ball, an awkward swing. Hanley losing his helmet. He was so badly fooled. So he strikes out twice. So the Dodgers are not going to go very much when they have 5 strikeouts and the numbers 3 and 4 hitters. Missing that breaking ball from me to you. So Gonzalez went down 3 times. Hanley strikes out twice. And now Matt Kemp. Kemp has homered, hit into a force play, and single to left. Matt Kemp facing Walden. He has never faced him. Ball 1. The Braves in the 9th inning will have Justin Upton, Evan Gattis, and Chris Johnson. Kenley Jansen throwing in the pen. Ten Dodgers have struck out. 13 Braves have struck out. It has been a pitching performance for each side, and we're 1-1, 2 out, bottom of the 8th. .97 up around the eyes, 2-1. Walden went to the Braves, and the Braves sent Tommy Hanson to the Angels. Ball 3. Boys are here with their big caps and their dreams. And a strike. See Kemp leaning away on a fastball in the zone. He didn't want any part of that, and it was in there. And he's aboard with a walk. So now Scott Van Slyke, who plays against left-handers, will give way for Carl Crawford with Kemp at first. Van Slyke was 0 for 3, 2 fly balls and a comebacker. And now Crawford. And of course the Dodgers now feel getting Crawford in, they get a little more coverage in left field with his speed, and see what he can do against Walden. Looking up Walden and to see if Crawford has faced him. The answer is yes. Crawford 1 for 5 against him in the past. So a meeting at the mound. How do we pitch to this fella? Walden just arrived to the Braves last year. He was 4 and 3. He had 1 save. One of our pals out there doing the best to beat the Dodgers, Roger McDowell. Roger the Dodgers. What a terrific guy. And there are those who say he is the best pitching coach in baseball. There are others who would say Rick Honeycutt. But one thing, Roger has come a long way. When he was then considered a fun-loving, high-jinks pitcher, now quite a coach. All right, Crawford up there. Fastball for a strike. Brandon Wood, who did so well, walked 2. Greinke walked 1. Greinke with 13 strikeouts. Walden had 8. Walden has 2. Wood had 8. So a total of 23 hitters have struck out. Matt, very short lead at first as Greinke looks on. Fastball hit up the middle. That'll get to center. Stopping at second is Matt as BJ gets the ball back in. So Crawford comes off the bench, singles up the middle, and the batter will be Juan Uribe.
Number 5, Juan Uribe.
Take another look. Ground ball right under the glove of Walden and into center field. So the Dodgers 1 run on 7 hits. The Braves 1 run on 5 hits. Two on, 2 out. Here's Uribe. Fouled out, struck out, singled up the middle. Check swing. They're going to look at first. No swing, says Mike DeMuro. 1 ball and no strikes. Take a look at it from the side. Watch the bat. Well, he almost went across the plate. Might have gotten away with one there. Tough call. 1 ball and no strikes. Fastball, chopper, smothered by the shortstop Simmons. Here comes the run. Matt Kemp brings it in on a 15 hopper up the middle. And the Dodgers take a 2-1 lead. Boy, that was a big play. Uribe single. Simmons refused to quit. Made a great stop out in center field. And Kemp, with his great speed and with 2 out, was able to score. There goes Simmons, smothering stop. Here comes Matt. The throw offline. And the Dodgers lead 2-1 in the bottom of the 8th. So Matt Kemp has scored both runs tonight as he came flying across home plate. And a strike to A.J. Ellis. So Walden, after striking out the first 2, gives up a walk, 2 hits, and a run. Don't forget Justin Upton, Evan Gattis, Chris Johnson in the 9th inning. 2 on, 2 out. 1-1 to A.J. Ellis has struck out twice and singled. Coming out of the dugout now, if given a chance to bat for Greinke, Andre Ethier. 1-1. 1-2. So Kenley Jansen, who came in, pitched the 8th inning and the 9th last night, had to get 4 outs, and he's brought right back in tonight. And going to third base is Crawford. He'll steal it without a throw. So Crawford, who went to second on the single by Uribe, got a big jump. There was nothing for Gattis to do but just hold on to the ball. So first and third. 13 stolen bases for Crawford. And ball 3. So Uribe will be going with 2 out. Ethier waiting on deck as the pinch hitter. Matt Kemp busy again tonight. A walk, single, and home run, and there's ball 4 to load it up for Andre Ethier. So for Walden, he started off so formidable, striking out Gonzalez, striking out Ramirez. Then he walked Matt Kemp, Crawford batted for Van Slyke and singled. Then Uribe singles for a run. Now the walk to Ellis. Andre Ethier, who has had a great deal of success with the bases loaded. Andre doesn't play very much right now, but he has done well as a pinch hitter. He is 4 for 10 with 5 runs batted in coming off the bench. Bases loaded, 2 out, 2-1 Dodgers, 8th inning, and a strike. Andre Ethier in his career has 4 grand slams, most recently in June 2012 in Seattle. Check swing for a strike. 0-2. So Crawford is at third. Uribe is at second. Ellis is at first. And a no ball 2 strike count to Andre Ethier. 2 runs, 8 hits for the Dodgers, 1 run, 5 hits for Atlanta. Fastball high. Walden, big man, 6'5", 240. Will be 27 the middle of November. Check swing. They look, swing, says Mike Easterbrook, and Ethier is out on a bum check. However, the Dodgers get one. They had to work hard to get it. Juan Uribe was the guy who drove it in, and the man who came flying home was Matt Kemp. And we're heading for the 9th. It's 2-1 Dodgers. Run in the 8th, take a 2-1 lead into the 9th, and change a couple of spots defensively. It's an interesting thing. The shortstop Hanley Ramirez makes what might have been a game-saving catch in the 8th inning, and he goes out for defensive purposes. Miguel Rojas takes over at short. In left field, Carl Crawford, who had the pinch hit single to set up the big inning. Big inning tonight means 1 run. Cross also stole third, and now he'll finish up in left field for Van Slyke. And talking about finishing up, once again the Dodgers look to Kenley Jansen to literally and figuratively finish it up. Now last night was one of those rare nights where the Dodgers asked Jansen to get 4 outs. He came in the 8th with 2 out and 2 on and got Justin Upton, and then retired the side in the 9th with a couple of strikeouts, but that was a struggle. He also gave it a hit and a walk before retiring with the 3rd out. So we'll see how he goes now, and it'll be Justin Upton, Evan Gattis, and Chris Johnson. The paid attendance tonight, 47,306. 47,306. Interesting, the troubles of a reliever. Jordan Walden had 2 outs on strikeouts on 10 pitches. It took him another 20 pitches before he struck out Ethier, and Walden winds up striking out the side but giving up the big run. Fouled away. Justin has grounded to third, double to left, single to center. He is 2 for 3. Came into the game hitting .282. He is much more dangerous than his brother. He has 18 home runs, 61 runs batted in. Oh and 1. 0-2. Let's look at Kenley Jansen going up against Justin Upton. Upton coming into the series was 2 for 11. Didn't faced Jansen last night and flied to right, though he is 2 for 12. Oh and 2. Check. Ball 1. 2 runs, 8 hits, 1 error for the Dodgers. 1 run, 5 hits, 1 error for Atlanta. It's been the night of brilliant pitching and a lot of strikeouts. Greinke struck out 13. Wood struck out 8. And Walden struck out the side. Foul ball down the right field line. A few years ago, few meaning 2008, Upton homered in 3 straight games. He's a remarkable athlete. He's 26 right now. He'll be 27 near the end of August. Another foul ball. Upton's best year was with Arizona back in '09. He had 26 home runs, 86 RBIs, and then in 2011, he improved on that. 31 home runs, 88 runs batted in. So it's handled with care here. Time called by A.J. Ellis. Outfield as deep as you will see. 1-2. 2-2. Crawford has about 10 feet before he's to the track. Kemp maybe a little bit more than that. The same with Puig. Two and 2 the count. And a towering home run. That's what it is. Boy, did he hit that thing to the back wall of the Dodger bullpen, and the game is tied at 2. That's the thing. Justin Upton, he is an electric hitter. He now has 19 home runs, 62 runs batted in, and Upton gets it even with 1 swing. Kenley Jansen has allowed 10 home runs against Atlanta until Upton, there was no doubt about it, curveball, and he hit it a mile high. He dropped the bat because he knew that was gone out, and he just watched it. That's going to go all the way to the back wall. So a 2-2 tie in the 9th inning, and here now is Evan Gattis. 0-1. The Braves, with that home run, have hit 89. The Dodgers have hit 81. One of the things for Justin Upton, a couple of those foul balls, remember, staying alive at the plate. That's a strike. So Upton, his third hit. Kenley Jansen stung. By the way, that would be the fourth home run that Jansen has given up this year. Still 0-2 to Gaddis. No relief. You give up a home run to Upton, who has 19, and you get Gaddis, who has 17. By the way, when the Dodgers come up in the bottom of the ninth inning, they will have Gordon, they will have Puig, and Gonzalez. And a slow roller, Uribe trying to get in front of Rojas, does, and makes the play. So the veteran gets to the ball ahead of the rookie, and the Dodgers come up with one out. Another nice play by Juan Uribe. Gaddis, the catcher, let's face it, doesn't run that fast, and Uribe was able to make the play. So one away. Now Chris Johnson. Uribe's been sparkling. He took a base hit away from Johnson in the second inning, took a base hit away from Simmons in the seventh, and now makes a nice play on Gaddis. Ball one. Johnson 0 for 3. Two fellas in the pen, David Hale and Craig Kimbrell. Kimbrell, of course, is the closer. Kimbrell on the right. 1 ball, 1 strike. One and one. And a high fly ball, but it's playable. Puig and Kemp saying, I've got it, and no, Puig takes it away from him, but at least they didn't collide. Kemp called it as soon as the ball went in the air. He raised up his right hand. But Puig, the center fielder, is the captain. The old theory is, and Matt knows that, center fielder takes anything he can get. There's Matt saying, I've got it. And here's Puig saying whatever in Spanish. Adios, Kemp. 2 out. And the batter now, Andrelton Simmons, who had single grounded out and was then robbed of a hit by Uribe in the 7th inning. Ball one. You know, Puig does whistle, and it's a pretty high, shrill whistle. Maybe he did whistle. Can't tell from here. He'll be hitting second in the 9th inning. 1 ball, no strikes. Check swing for a strike. 1-1. So it happened last night. 2 kids from Curacao battling each other in the big leagues. Simmons walked against Kenley in the 9th inning last night. 1 ball, 1 strike. Sliced fly ball. Kemp coming up, makes the play. However, 1 pitch and a towering, no doubt about it, home run by Justin Upton, and we're going to the bottom of the 9th in a 2-2 tie. Shelton snatches a possible victory from the Dodgers. Instead, he ties it up and sends the game to the bottom of the ninth inning in a 2-2 tie. Ramiro Pena will now play third base, taking over for Chris Johnson, and David Hale is the new pitcher. David Hale went to school at Princeton University. You think of Will Venable at San Diego as a Tiger. Well, David's father is an engineer, and the interesting thing about Hale, he didn't even begin to pitch at all until he was a senior in high school. And yet, in 2009, he was a third-round pick. David, the highest third-round pick ever picked out of Princeton. When he was warming up with Kimbrel, you knew if the Braves didn't get ahead, it would be Hale. If they had gotten ahead, they'd have given the ball to Kimbrel. So Hale, with a record of 3-2, does not have a save, but a good ERA of 2.6. Jansen, by the way, made 17 pitches and will no longer pitch, I believe, after 4 outs last night. That's ball one to Gordon. Gordon reached on an error, singled to right, singled up the middle, struck out, stole a base, was also caught stealing. He'd been very busy, hitting .295. Fastball, 1-1. Down in the pen, J.P. Howell, if this thing goes into extra innings. For Kenley, of course, he suffers the pain of all good closers. You let one get away. What that did was you didn't lose the game, but the tremendous 8 innings of Zach Greinke went right down the tubes. Hit to Simmons with that great arm to throw him out. Boy, is he blessed. And Drelton Simmons can make great plays, but he has a marvelous arm. One away.
Fielder number 66, Yasiel Puig.
Now it'll be Yasiel Puig, but it's worth another look. Simmons backhand sets and then pulls the trigger. And even with the speed of Gordon, he's out by plenty. Quite a shortstop, Andrelton Simmons. Gold Glover, and he'll win a few more before he's through. So here's Yasiel Puig now checking in. Flied to right and walked. Popped up on that changeup in the 5th inning. Hit back to the box in the 7th and grounds one to center for a base hit. Puig making a bluff. BJ gets it back in. So Puig 1 for 4 with a walk tonight. And the batter is Adrian Gonzalez. Justin Turner comes out on deck. And Turner will obviously be hitting in Ramirez's spot, which had been filled by Jansen. Then after Turner, you get Matt Kemp. So 2-2, 1 out, bottom of the 9th. Here's Adrian. It's a long 0 for 4 for him, striking out 3 times and grounding out. Ball 1. Dodgers haven't seen David Hale. Uribe is the only one, and he was 0 for 1 against him. Uribe down in the lineup, doesn't figure to face him. 1 ball and no strike. Ball 2. Nice save by Gaddis, short hopping that. 2-0 the count. David Hale, who was born in Marietta and says he spent more time at Atlanta Fulton County Stadium and Turner Field than he can remember. He's got Freddie Gonzalez as one of his neighbors. Last year in September, David Hale set a Braves franchise record with 9 strikeouts in his major league debut. He also scattered 4 hits, went 5 scoreless innings. That's a strike. Fastball, slider, and a changeup. Two and 1. 2-2. Adrian kind of slaps the side of his helmet as he walked away. Thoroughly frustrated big league hitter. 1 out, 2 balls, 2 strikes. Yasiel Puig at first. 2-2, bottom of the 9th. Puig bluffs, and a ground ball down to LaSalle. He gets 1, he gets 2. So for Adrian Gonzalez, a thoroughly forgettable night. It happens to all of them. Strike out 3 times, hit into a double play, and go 0 for 5. And we're heading to the 10th, 2-2. Tenth inning in a 2-2 tie. The starting pitchers certainly didn't deserve to lose. They certainly deserved to win. Instead, they each get a draw. Greinke went 8 brilliant innings, allowed 1 run, struck out 13. But 1 swing of the bat by Justin Upton on a 2-2 pitch in the 9th inning against Henley Jansen, and that tied up the game. Meanwhile, Alex Wood pitched 7 great innings and allowed 1 run. Jordan Walden wound up striking out the side in the 8th inning, but in between the strikeouts, he gave up a go-ahead run. David Hale got the side out. So now J.P. Howell will be facing Jordan Schaefer, the right fielder, to start it off. David Hale, by the way, made 9 pitches to take care of the Dodgers in the 9th inning. Ramiro Pena, the third baseman, will follow Schaefer. So David Hale in Chris Johnson's spot. Schaefer struck out twice, thrown out trying to bunt, and a strike. Left-hander against left-hander. Two, top of the 10th. Show's bunt, pulled the bat back. 1 ball and 1 strike. The Dodgers in 1-run games, well, let's say extra inning games, that's even better. They've lost 6 of 7 at home. They've lost 2 of 4 on the road. So the Dodgers are 3-8 in extra inning games. 3-8. Two and 1. That's off the plate. Ball 3. The Atlanta Braves in extra inning games 5-6. 1-3 on the road for Freddie. The other Freddie Freeman, looks on. And ball 4. So a tiebreaker on ball 4, and Ramiro Pena will be coming up. Pena batting 9th. He's a switch hitter, batting .206, and he hit right-handed. First thing you want to know, can he bunt? And the answer is he has 2 sacrifices. Pena is 6 for 21, however, as a right-handed batter. It's the left-hand side that's really hurt his average. So let's see if they have him bunt or not. Jordan Schaefer has great speed. He's stolen 15 bases. So the Dodgers really have their hands full now. And Howell off the rubber. Schaefer has not only stolen 15, he's 15 out of 17. Uribe looking bunt. Here comes the bunt attempt. It's a beauty. Picked up by Gonzalez. Dodgers rushing over to cover third. So Pena does his job, gets the bunt down. Schaefer now at second base with 1 out. And B.J. Upton, who has struck out 4 times tonight and 6 straight times coming up after brother Justin Upton homered in the 9th inning to tie it up. So B.J. with less power than his brother, but he does have 7 home runs. Tiebreaker at second, 1 out. Fastball strike. No balls, 1 strike. D. Gordon holding, got him. Jordan Schaefer picked off as D. Gordon was just able to get to the bag. And boy, is that a killer. If you're Schaefer, what a long walk it is from second base to your dugout. Watch Gordon, looked like he was faking. And Schaefer, trying to take a bigger lead, is hung out to dry. And he's taken plenty of time to get back to the dugout. Very close play. And let's see, they are going to officially review it. Freddie Gonzalez got his way earlier. The official review had Gordon out. Now let's see about this one as Freddie goes back to the dugout. Jordan Schaefer is probably praying that somehow he got back safe. You take a look. It's so close. There's the hand. There's the tag, an inch or 2 before the hand touches the bag, and he is out. So Schaefer has picked off a huge play. Jerry Lane making the call. He's the crew chief. So 2 down, and B.J. Upton up there, no balls, 1 strike. Big play for D. Gordon to be able to get to the bag and put the tag on. Now JP can go back to work. 0-1 to count. 1-1. JP is hitting in Ramirez's spot, so he would be first man up in the bottom of the 10th. Little chopper foul. So the Dodgers had Justin Turner out earlier. They've already used Crawford and Ethier as pinch hitters. So Turner figures to see some action in the 10th inning. Two out, 1-2 the count to B.J. Upton. Two and two. JP stumbling a little, trying to get something extra on that pitch. Dodgers in the bottom half. Howell, Spot, Kemp, and Crawford. Remember, the Braves started the game a half a game behind Washington. Washington beat Miami 4-3. Little ground foul. So the Braves have to win to stay a half a game behind, and the Dodgers have to win to stay 3 in front of the Giants, who won earlier today. Freddie Gonzalez, the manager of Atlanta, a very popular fellow among his teammates, and now as the manager. In fact, one year Bobby Cox was the manager. Freddie was one of his coaches. And Bobby said to Freddie, I want you to come out and look at the grass they're growing back of left field. It's something special. Freddie, like a good soldier, went out there. And Brian Jordan, who was then playing for the Braves, gave him a brand new motorcycle. And there's ball 4 to Upton. The motorcycle cost, I believe, $40,000. And Jordan gave it to him. Freddie was overcome, but he's that kind of a man. Anyone who meets him likes him immediately. And a good, solid baseball man indeed. All right, a big walk. Remember, the walk to Schaefer erased on the pickoff. The Howell struggling a little bit as walk 2. La Stella hit back to the box, popped up, single to left, and walked. BJ runs very well. Last night he stole third. Upton might strike out a lot, but he is a very much of a threat on the base paths. He has stolen 17. 17 out of 23. And there he goes. Got such a jump. No chance they were going to get him. Oh, what a jump he got. So BJ steals second base. And J.P. Howell now has to really, look at that, lift that leg. No chance for A.J. So now you've got La Stella, and on deck, the big guy, Freddie Freeman. 18 out of 24 for BJ. Boss Man Jr. That's a strike. 1-1. Tommy La Stella has been very impressive in the series. He had a big night last night. 2 singles, a double, and a walk. He has a single and a walk tonight. And another strike. J.P. Howell has a great earned run average of 1.2. He's 2-1 strikeouts to walks. La Stella has been very effective with runners in scoring position like he has right now. He's hitting .347 in that spot. 1-2. Check swing. They're going to look. Swing, says Estabrook. And La Stella strikes out at a big time so the Dodgers don't have to look at Freddie Freeman with a man on base. We're heading to the bottom of the 10th in a 2-2 tie. That poor record, 1-6 in extra inning games at home. Trying to right that a little bit now in the bottom of the 10th. Justin Turner will come up and bat for Howell. Then it'll be Matt Kemp and Carl Crawford against right-hander David Hale. Justin has done very well coming off the bench. 389 as a pinch hitter. 6 RBIs and a double. Sliced foul down the line. 0-1 to count to Justin Turner. Ramirez in the cleanup spot had struck out twice, walked and flied to right. Then Jansen occupied the spot, followed by Howell and the pinch hitter Turner, and Matt Kemp on deck. Fastball, good one, 93, right at the knees. No balls, 2 strikes. Had missed. Back in June, a big pinch hit by Turner against Adam Wainwright in the 8th inning against St. Louis. Dodgers won that game 1-0. Off speed and the count 2-2. Justin, growing up as a kid, bat boy for the Cal State Fullerton team. On deck, Matt Kemp. 2-2. Time. Turner's 5'11", 205 pounds. He'll be 30 years old last week of November. Originally a 7th round pick by the Reds. Fastball hit to the left of short. He's done it again. Justin Turner comes off the bench and singles up the middle. So he's really been remarkable in a very tough role. He's 8 for 19 now as a pinch hitter. The Hale on a fastball gives up the single, and now the batter will be Matt Kemp. Hit number 1 of Hale. Hit number 10 for the Dodgers. Matt Kemp homered in the 2nd inning, hit into a force play in the 4th, single to left in the 6th, walked and scored a run in the 8th. So he has scored both runs. He has a walk, single, and a home run. And ball 1. Matt got a fastball above the belt, and he certainly knew what to do with it right there. And it was in the seats before you knew it. So Matt with 11 home runs, 46 runs, make it 45 runs batted in. Carl Crawford on deck. Ball 2. Justin Turner doesn't run very often, but if you look at his record, you do see he's 2 for 2 in stolen bases as he visits with Freddie Freeman. 2-0. Two and one. Off speed pitch at 80. Take another look at that one. Right there. 2-1. And another one. 2-2 to count. So David Hale, a couple of good changeups. Last year, they would more or less talk about his changeup as being a little inconsistent, but he's just tossed up a couple of dandies. 2-2. Off the rubber. And Gaddis wants to go out and talk to him now. Remember, we told you Hale can strike people out. He had 9 strikeouts in his big league debut. David, coming into this game, has had one big problem. That's his control, and that's a big problem. He had struck out 31, but he had walked 26. Two and two to Matt Kemp. Fastball all the way to the backstop. So Turner goes to second, and it's a 3-2 count to Matt Kemp. So the Dodgers have the winning run at second base, nobody out, and Messrs. Kemp, Crawford, and Uribe trying to pick it up. Pitch down and dirty, went underneath Gaddis' glove, and Gaddis made one mistake. He turned the glove. If you look at that pitch again, you'll see you're supposed to turn the glove so the pocket of the mitt is facing the mound. And instead, Evan turned it, and he couldn't come up with it. It's listed as a wild pitch. So let's see how important that is. 3-2 the count to Matt Kemp. Breaking ball hit by the third baseman, the diving Pena. Here comes Turner. Here comes Upton's throw, and the Dodgers win it 3-2. And Matt Kemp has another big night. A walk, 2 singles, and a home run. Drove in 2, knocked in the big one, and the Dodgers win it. So the Dodgers feeling exuberant. Atlanta has to feel depressed. Washington won, so the Braves fall to 1.5 back. The Dodgers remain 3 in front of San Francisco. And tomorrow night, it's Clayton Kershaw against Julio Teheran. So Matt Kemp would certainly win the honors tonight. Player of the game, and well, he deserved it. A home run in the second inning, a single in the 6th, a walk scoring a run in the 8th, and then the base hit into left field in the 10th. Here comes Justin Turner, strong throw, but he's in there, and the Dodgers win it. So the key in the inning certainly was the wild pitch, followed by the base hit to drive in the winning run. So the Dodgers 3 runs, 11 hits, and 1 error. And for the Braves, 2 runs, 6 hits, and 1 error. Howell the winner, Hale the loser, and hail to Matt Kemp. And with that, we'll talk to you tomorrow night. We wish you all a very pleasant good evening, everybody.